episode number 99 of the 3 Count Out podcast. My name is RV1. Joining me this week, Jackal, Mike, and FGK. We got the full cast and crew back in here. Episode 99, getting very close to episode 100, so make sure you like, subscribe, follow, hit all the buttons, do all the... What?
Oh, no, wait, that was something else, sorry.
No, Mike, that's the other channel. That's the other website.
Oh,
yeah, that's...
My bad, I get them so confused. To the people that saw the video, I'm sorry.
What a hell of an intro. So, how you guys feeling over there in Detroit after a butt-clenching win against the Cam Scatabolus Giants?
A win is a win. No, I'm sorry. No, please.
The computers are okay. I got my 30 minutes again. I'm back at the fucking library. They sent me to fucking Detroit, Israel. So back at the public library
Gotta
again.
get that figured out, man.
Hi, my name's Jackal. Kevin, you go first. I gotta log into the little public library computer. Hold on.
Okay. I don't even know. Honestly, I'm not. I went on a nice little rant last night because I needed to. Because that's what you need to do when you lose or when you win. But when you win against the special needs team of the NFL. Does it really feel like a good win? That genuinely should have been a 50-10 win, but instead we played like some 2011 Lions where it's like a ball. It was not. If my blood pressure has to spike that high against the Giants, things are not looking good. I know we got the Packers on Thanksgiving, and I know they also played, so we're both coming in a little weak, but we're coming in at like a 1 overall. I have zero faith. Let me say this. Will we make the playoffs? I think so. Yeah, we'll make the playoffs. Will we go far in the playoffs? No, because Jameis Winston, I love you, Jameis Winston. You are the shining light of the NFL. Oh boy, did he make us look like the fucking Titans last night. The fact that we won in OT, which was fantastic to watch, just, we won in OT against the Giants. It's like,
here's
that's
the thing, Kevin. We made him, statistically, he was better than Goff last night.
No, by far. Even if the stats didn't show it, just him playing showed it.
He was over 300 yards.
Well, of course he was. He could stand in the pocket all fucking day.
Yeah, they said at one point he had 12 seconds in the pocket. 12 seconds.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, does defense want to, I don't know, get him? No? Okay, well, that's fine.
To be fair on that point, this is the same defense that last year was so fucking damaged that we had people, we were just like, fuck it, we'll sign this guy. I don't know how he's going to do, but we'll sign him.
He said he played football in middle school.
Yeah, we have so many people that are banged up, injured, people that aren't good at football. There's so much. This defense is
broken,
damaged.
And I miss Father Laporta.
And realistically, yeah, the Daddy Laporta thing does hurt, but realistically, Brock Wright is a feasible replacement. To get the little footballer insider inspect knowledge here. This is what we should have expected with Jameis Winston, because the Packers were also in a 1-score game with them last week. Granted, they did not have to go to overtime to beat them. But also, the Bears had to come from behind to beat the Giants, which were led by Russell Wilson at the time, of course. But
That's
the
crazy.
Giants technically are not a bad team. Jameis Winston is a good quarterback. You take him to any team. Honestly, I would love to have Jameis Winston as a backup here next year. He's a good quarterback. He's a bumbling fucking idiot, but he's a good quarterback. He will throw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. It's just we were lacking on the interceptions part this game.
Very much so.
The part... You go first.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that the Giants right now are a team that, like, they're 2-8, I think, and they shouldn't be. They are the only team with their record that shouldn't have that.
Yeah,
because
all 5 of their losses that have come in a row, their opponents have came back in the fourth quarter or beyond every single time.
Yeah.
Every single win. The Denver
Robinson
win, the Chicago win, the Green Bay win, the Detroit win, every win.
Yeah, like Wan'Dale Robinson was considered basically a joke before the season, and this game proved a very viable wide receiver option. Their tight end was doing great. Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary switching off. didn't do too bad, and we made Jameson look like a fucking rock star.
Him catching a pass for a touchdown is what he threw to and caught one. That's a wild stat line.
His
But
first career reception.
this podcast ain't about the fucking Giants. This is about the goddamn Lions and Eagles at this point, because my issue is with that motherfucking offensive line. That offensive line was getting bent over the entire game. Taylor Decker, he was fine. Penei Sewell, he was fine. Those middle three on the interior are going to give me a fucking coronary. Either get Graham Glasgow off of playing center or get him the fuck off of my team. I swear to God, I said it a couple weeks ago already. I just listened to the episode on my trip to Detroit, Israel to be at the public library again. I said it. Graham Glasgow can play center. I never said Graham Glasgow was good at center. He is a good offensive guard. He is not a good center. Yes, exactly. So since we're trying to yes, the fuck he is. He's a good Twitch streamer too. Since we're trying to stretch by putting him at center instead of putting the center that we have on the team, who is designated to play center in, and bumping Glasgow to guard and keeping Ratledge at guard instead of fucking Coyote Awasika in, who let that third round D tackle from fucking Toledo have his way with him the entire goddamn game. It makes no sense to me.
Well, and unfortunately, I think Tate's young. They put him on an already damaged offensive line and went, here, be a starter. He's doing okay because he's right next to Penei Sewell. I think that's the only reason they did it. Whereas if they tried to put him at like center or something else, I don't know how well he would do. I just think when the trade deadline was open, when trades were open, they should have added some depth on both defense and the offensive line in particular. And they instead went, fuck y'all, we good. And we are, in fact, not.
Yes. You 100%. You have to keep Tate at guard. You have to bump Graham to the other guard, and then you have to. There is a designated center on the Lions roster, not a center guard hybrid like Glasgow. There is just a man who his entire job is to play center. But that's a different conversation for a different time. I don't think you break up the synergy at this point because Packers are knocking on the door in 3 days. The game will be already decided by the time the podcast comes out, so you'll know whether or not we're upset. But I know one guy who is a little upset right now is the man who we said last week was going to have a cakewalk with the Cowgirls, who ended up getting beat by said Cowgirls, a 21-0 comeback by Dallas.
Before you go on your rant about that, because I'm sure there's a little bit of a talking to the Eagles that you want to do. I kind of missed the second half of the game, or at least what happened. How did the offense go from scoring 21 and making it look effortless to not scoring a single point?
That's a great question, Mike. That's a great fucking question, isn't it?
Well, I'm assuming I assumed you were watching, like you guys were watching. I didn't know if something changed, if like they decided, you know what, let's change up our fucking wonky tactics and go into, defense mode and it'll be fine.
No, nothing changed. Nothing changed.
Huh.
Nothing fucking changed, Mike. That's the problem, is that nothing fucking changed. There, week after week after week, it has been this same bullshit of A.J. Brown wants out. Saquon Barkley's pissed that he's not getting the ball quick enough. People are pissed at Jalen Hurts for fucking throwing interceptions or doing whatever the fuck a quarterback does. Everybody's pissed about something. The problem is not that people are pissed about this, because I put my fucking tinfoil hat on and I've realized what's happening. This is Hard Knocks. This is the fucking NFL Hard Knocks producers coming in and putting out fake stories about people in the Eagles being pissed, so that way they will have their fucking reporter headlines where they can cut to a clip of a reporter asking, what do you feel about A.J. Brown? Because they were fucking hoping and begging and pleading that A.J. Brown would get traded somewhere else in the NFC, so that way they could have their fucking storyline for the fucking season. They're pushing that narrative. The problem is not Jalen Hurts. The problem is not Saquon Barkley. Definitely not Saquon Barkley. And the problem is not A.J. Brown. The problem is the fucking dumbass offensive coordinator that we've had all fucking year, Kevin Patullo, a man who I've bitched and complained about time and time again. Because Mike, you asked a great question. How do you blow a 21-point lead? Well, it's not for the fucking defense's lack of trying. It's not. We haven't broken fucking 40 points the entire season. Any game, any win, we haven't gotten more than 40 points. Granted, we were not scoring, fucking a billion points on top of everyone last year. There were a lot of nail-biting victories, but they were still big ones. Like a game like this where it should have been a cakewalk against the Cowgirls would have been a big one. We should have put up 50. Instead, we're fucking struggling.
And your defensive backs are trying to rip George Pickens' penis clean off his body, too.
Well, listen, when nothing else is working, you got to fucking claw, all right? And if that man's putting his meat out there, you got to wear a cup, dog. If you're putting your fucking meat out there, it's gonna get grabbed. Grab his dick and twist it, all right? That's the Philly way.
If you remember a few podcasts ago, like one of the games where the Eagles had a pretty dominating win was one of the ones that like the players, we talked about it, the players were basically calling their own shots. Devonta Smith did it, A.J. Brown did it, Saquon did it. Apparently they should just go back to that because, I mean, if this is what Petula has to work with, like he just has a hamster that's dead on that wheel, if that's the case, fuck, let the players call it because they're doing a lot better job apparently.
At this point, I'd rather somebody else. Chip Kelly's looking for a job. Let's call him up. I don't give a fuck. Fucking Kevin Petula's
that's how
offense.
you end up with
if you wanted to make the worst fucking team in NFL history, you could take Kevin Petula's offense and Matt Patricia's defense and smash them together. And they've both been a part of the Eagles in the past 2 years. I'm fucking done with this rotating door bullshit. Can we pick a fucking offensive coordinator and a defense coordinator and stick with it? For the love of Christ.
And with that loss, you guys have unfortunately, I think, kind of played yourselves out of the race for the number 1 seed because with the way that
we're not fucking number 1 anymore.
With the way that the Rams looked on Sunday Night Football last night, dude. Oh my God,
Kirk Stafford is fucking something else, huh?
Yeah.
And that defense is on another level. That offense is just everybody's fault. That offense is willing to hurt themselves to get plays done. They're willing to do anything. That team's going to be fucking nuts the rest of the year.
And I mean, Baker Mayfield was also willing to hurt himself by just throwing the football. Well, it looks like he threw his shoulder out of fucking place.
Well, no, so he got
Baker
tackled on a play.
Is he gone?
He got tackled on a play, slammed on his shoulder, and you could tell immediately, oh shit, something's wrong.
Yeah, he comes
up. At halftime, they
like,
brought him into the tent because he couldn't even lift his arm.
Ooh.
And then they fucking put him back out there. The fuck are you doing? And they're going, you just try and bomb a Hail Mary. And he tries and gets hit again. And it's like, dude, I know he's your only fucking quarterback, but you're going to get him permanently injured and not have him.
Listen, the NFL has made a couple questionable decisions because I know we already talked about the Lions, but I mean, Jared Goff getting punted in the head. How does that not trigger concussion protocol? How the fuck do you... I mean, listen, I'm glad he was okay. I'm glad he wasn't concussed, but you're not even going to fucking look him over?
They didn't do anything. They laughed about it on commentary.
The fucking announcers were giggling at it instead of throwing a flag or anything, but God forbid.
Yeah.
But you jump into a goalpost and that you get fucking fined for that. That's unsportsmanlike.
Because it's props. They don't like props in the NFL. No props allowed. But you can do any other
like Jared Goff's head.
Yeah, using that as a soccer ball. It's perfect. I mean, granted, if you wanted to take your flag and plant it in the middle of the field, which is something that Michigan has done last year, and realistically what Penn State should have done this year after they whooped Nebraska's buns. Oh my goodness, that was a good game for Penn State.
Let me tell you about the roller coaster of a weekend, because it started off with Penn State whooping Nebraska. Katron Allen setting an all-time program rushing record, better than Saquon Barkley. Let that sink in. That's our running back right now. And then obviously we're in the head coach search, and the players have really just adopted Terry Smith. After the game, there was just a bunch of like signs and like they had to, like just said like hire Terry Smith and all that, and it's like
Hey, if
at
it
this
works.
point, absolutely, yeah, he's gotten us 2 great wins. It took a little bit to kind of find it, get your rhythm. That's understandable, right? He's made the most of it. It was senior night. It was a good night. Everybody left happy. I went to bed happy and then got let down by the next day.
Yep. Penn State wrapped things up 37-10 against a winning program. Nebraska was doing pretty good. They were 7-3 going into the game.
Mm-hmm.
And Ethan Grunkmeyer, 11 for 12, 181 yards, 1 tug. Katron Allen, 25 carries, 160 yards, 2 tugs. And you guys are now staring down the barrel of a season finale showdown. Rutgers in the good old armpit of the asshole, or whatever you called it a year ago. New Jersey taking
The armpit of the asshole of the country. Yep.
The Scarlet Knights in the season finale. If you guys win, you're going bowling, baby.
I should clarify. The armpit of the asshole of the that's Camden. The armpit of the asshole. The armpit of the country is just New Jersey. The asshole of the armpit of the country. That's Camden. So,
real specific.
Well, yeah, Rutgers, it's a little bit more north. A little bit more New Yorker.
And the gooch, the taint, the grundle of the world, if you will, I think is a little bit further west from that, maybe a little more south as well, in the shithole of Columbus, Ohio, because Michigan had a really, if the Northwestern game was the worst game of the season, Mike, I'd be willing to argue that the Maryland game was probably the best game of the season so far.
Which is like saying you beat the special kid in dodgeball.
It really is. It really is. Compared to all the shit that we've seen so far this year, I'll take what I can get at this point.
You know what? Very fair.
But a dominant win. A big win.
It was
go ahead.
It was a fun watch. 45-20 Michigan over Maryland, as we are now staring it down the barrel of rivalry week. I think that this was a very good tune-up game, barring all of the injuries to the running backs and offensive line, if you will. We were still able to move that ball, as we had 228 rushing yards throughout the night. Ooh. And the leading rusher, another freshman, I believe is Brian Kuzdal, 20 carries, 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. Nice, clean stat line right there.
Yeah, he did okay.
Just a little bit.
Not too bad. For our third fucking stringer, Jesus, man.
They have an all-true or a true freshman at quarterback that's doing, he's doing true freshman things from time to time.
Yep.
But then at running back, they're like, I don't know, we just found 3 superstars on the street. I don't know.
We just found them out here, and now they're just here.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I know Ohio State has a Michigan problem, but the Ohio State this year, if they don't beat Michigan, I mean, they should just go start headbutting walls or something, because this Michigan team, for them at least, should be very beatable. I thought that last year too, but
that's the thing that's giving me a ounce of hope. I don't want the hope. I don't know if I need it at this point, but we were all saying, I believe at this time last year, I was saying that I was going to go to work, go home, and clean the house on Saturday. So I think I've earned at least attempting to watch the rivalry week slate of games laid out ahead of us. If you don't watch college football, this is the one time of year where you can take a Saturday and say, hey, sorry, babe, we're going to do all of our Christmas shopping next weekend. Give me one more Saturday to catch up on all this stuff, because from Friday at noon to Saturday night, you got banger after banger after banger after banger. Let me just...
No, Seamus isn't going to be on the show.
We're not. Well, I mean, he does have the free time now, apparently.
That's true.
We won't pick him, but let me just titillate you real quick. Friday, Black Friday, high noon, the Egg Bowl, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Mississippi's gonna explode.
Egg Bowl?
Egg Bowl. Yep, it's a good old SEC one. If you got nothing to do on Friday, you got an empty screen, throw it on. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Immediately after that, Friday at 3:30, the battle for Georgia. Number 4 Georgia, number 16 Georgia Tech. After that one, Black Friday, Friday night, prime time, good old-fashioned hate. Texas A&M going to Texas, where they almost won it last year. See if they can't finish out a perfect season. high noon on Saturday. The game. Ohio State going to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. After that, 3:30, Oregon and Washington, a Pac-12 rivalry reborn. Oh, if you don't like that one, you also got Tennessee exploding. Number 14 Vanderbilt taking on number 20 Tennessee. And in prime time, you have the Iron Bowl, Alabama, traveling to Auburn at night, a primetime matchup in Auburn Stadium with a Auburn team that has nothing left to lose. And gentlemen, the last time that happened was a little college football play famously known as the kick six, where Alabama attempted a field goal, an Auburn player caught it in their end zone and took the ball back 100 yards to beat Alabama on the final play of the game. Nick Saban has said that stadium is cursed, and playing there in prime time against a ravaging, wild Auburn team with nothing to lose, that shit is must-watch football. I am so excited for this weekend. I am definitely watching that over whatever the fuck Survivor Series has to produce.
Fair.
Not much.
That's a rough segue, but it works.
Okay, you want to just get right into that? We can
Sure,
get into,
man. Why not?
Yeah. All right, fuck it. Let's get into some Survivor Series because AEW, they got done with their blood and guts, and now WWE has to show you what PG blood and guts looks like. Where just enough blood, not enough guts.
If any blood.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. It kind of sucks. Low-key,
no,
this ain't good. This is definitely. I can see where Saudi Arabia's coming in. You know, I can see it on the horizon. Oh boy, because that's what they're building to. We're not gonna talk about. We'll talk about the War Games matches. First, and just get them out of the way, because quite honestly, I feel like some of the singles matches are a little bit more interesting. Starting off, we have the men's War Games match. It's going to sound very similar from what we saw last year. Yep, Mike summing it up already. We have CM Punk.
Shit. How much internet did I pay for?
Oh, well, he jumped off at a perfect time to not be disappointed about hearing this match again. CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos, and Roman Reigns, he's in there too, versus The Vision, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Piss Boy Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, we know why Logan Paul's there. He's going to do the fucking cage spot.
Yep, he's going to moonsault off the cage.
They're not going to let Bronson Reed do it after he shattered his ankles last time. So it's definitely going to be, Logan Paul doing his dumb cage spot. I'm sure Cody's going to do something stupid involving the cage too. And then I don't give a fuck who wins. I don't care. It's not going to further any storyline in either direction. It was just a hastily piece of shit put together War Games match.
Yes.
Hooray. And Roman's opening Raw tonight to talk. Brock Lesnar's going to be there too. Great, I guess.
This to me feels this feels like the consequences of Seth Rollins. This is whatever. I'm sure WWE, that, listen, they're using ChatGPT to book this shit. So I'm sure that they had this figured out through ChatGPT already. But once you have to deviate from whatever the prompt is generated, now you have to think of something new, and they can't do that. So that's why they threw Logan Paul in here, and they were 100% just going, I don't know, he's going to do like a fucking moonsault off the cage. I guarantee you the Usos, probably Jay, will go for like an Usos splash off the cage. It's not going to look good. I don't think they do. I think they play it safe like they did last time, and they just don't do much. A few super kicks, falling down a couple times. We're going to get the stupid Uso punch or whatever, a few running into the corner things. Superman punch, another Superman punch, another. Let's play a little game. Over under, or let's say over under 3.5 for a Superman punch.
Over, but I also think there's also going to be the over on spears as well. I think all of them are going to hit a spear.
Apparently, FGK got Superman punched out now. Now it's just the Jack and Jack, the Era and Mike
Your
show.
name's Jack now?
Nope. No, it's not.
Jack V1 and Mike. All right.
Jack V1. No, it's not my name. But yeah, no, this match is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's not gonna suck. It's gonna be all right. Like, it's not like
It's gonna be this is a bad thing to say because it makes it sound worse than it is. It's gonna be a cookie cutter War Games match, and that's why I really wish
that sentence
they
is
would
horrible.
take a beat. Yeah, I wish they would take a beat and use it sparingly instead of making it every fucking year, because it's making it boring, especially when you put the same fucking people in it over and over and over again, like the women.
Yeah, WWE needs to either step up their War Games like AEW, because Blood and Guts, that has been different every single. Yes, it's been, the same kind of build of like get a faction, get another faction, go together. But like they have not recycled any spots in Blood and Guts. You know what I mean? Like that has been its own thing every single year. But War Games, definitely recycling spots. And you want to talk about the women's War Games? Well, that's because they've been recycling the same women for women's War Games.
The spot that's going to happen.
Guess
Io
what,
in the
guys?
trash can.
Io Sky is in this match. There will be a trash can. She will be jumping off the top. Spoiler alert. We have Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee versus Nia Jax, Lash Legend, the Kabuki Warriors, and Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I wish they didn't make their setup so fucking easy to predict.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if they're still trying to make their show for children, then hey, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, oh boy.
It's, I like that AJ is in this. I like that Becky is in this. I like that it's like, okay, we're going to kind of step that storyline up. We got, we get Lash Legend involved in here. I mean, she's kind of involved with Nia Jax. It seems like every fucking new person that comes from NXT just becomes involved with Nia Jax. But, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so like we still have like some stories that are going on here. And then like on the other side, you have kind of like the Rhea and Charlotte, like, are they going to get along? There's the Rhea and Io, which is getting gay as hell. I don't know if you saw SmackDown. Gay as hell. Yeah. I ain't complaining, but gay as hell.
They're trying to compete with AEW a little.
Yeah. Listen, they have Mariah May is Blake Monroe now, so they can have violent lesbians WWE. But it's like, it's like you have all of these stories going on in here, and that's great. But how many times has like Rhea, Charlotte, Io, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Asuka, and Kairi Sane been in a War Games match?
Well,
I'd say
mainly
probably
like,
every year.
if Io does another fucking trash can spot, it's like, it's fun when it happens, but it's like, you guys really couldn't think of anything else? Like, nobody else was willing to take the plunge? It has to be her every time?
And they don't change
and I'm sure
the trash
she's okay
can
with it,
spot.
But no, not
it's
at
not
all.
Even,
it's just her putting a trash can
listen,
on, falling.
I understand. She is very high up in the air, and she cannot see where she is going, and she is, she has a trash can on her. It's very dangerous. I understand. She's done the crossbody like 3 times. She won't. I'm not saying do a fucking moonsault with a trash can on, but like find a way to do something. Like, you can't just keep. It's fun. It's oh haha funny, right? Like if I'm sitting here and watching this with Dandy, Dandy's gonna be like, is she putting a trash can on her head and then jumping off, and like a Dandy, somebody who doesn't watch wrestling, seeing that spot for the first time, they would enjoy it. You and we've seen this spot every single women's War Games match, including fucking NXT. And it's like, okay, can we switch it up maybe just a little bit? Like, I like Io Sky in these matches. She's the genius of the sky. So anytime there's something high to jump off of, she's going to do well in that match. Maybe don't put a trash can on your head all the time. Just saying. I think it's fine to do, for moments here or there, but I mean, the fact that we are, knowingly saying that it's coming and the match hasn't even happened yet, like,
you're right. Yeah.
But I mean, I think I think probably what's going to happen here is probably Charlotte turns on Rhea.
You think Charlotte's going to do the turn?
Yeah, and I think that's probably going to set us up for a little bit of WrestleMania action.
I don't want to see Charlotte Rhea 47.
Well, I don't think it'll be just them. It might be a little like tag team, maybe like Alexa.
I wouldn't mind
Alexa
if
Bliss,
it was Charlotte
Io
and
Sky.
Alexa turning. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's, and I think Alexa Bliss is in a spot right now where it's like you either double down on putting her with Charlotte Flair by doing something like that, or you say, okay, we know people want to see Alexa Bliss and the Wyatts. Let's go do that. But I mean, the Wyatts are also busy in Mexico right now. So maybe now is the perfect time to...
Threw me off.
Yeah,
I finally
dude,
saw that clip and I was like, excuse me?
I also love that the Wyatts are in Mexico. None of them know Spanish. They subtitle all their promos. I love it. But like, anyway, either she's gonna do something with them or she's doubling down with Charlotte, because we're getting into WrestleMania season. So you gotta find where you're fitting in for this card here. And I feel like Rhea and Charlotte has happened a lot. So, doing some tag team stuff that could switch it up. Plus you also get like the, you get like the is Alexa gonna turn kind of moment of like, Charlotte does something in the ring. Maybe there's like an accidental forearm early in the match or something, something like that. And, you can kind of play with that a little bit. And, I think at the end of the day, it really wouldn't be anything too groundbreaking, but sure, add a little bit of flavor to it. And then you also get AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, which I thought was building to a Intercontinental Championship match, and then Maxine Dupree won it. So what the fuck do I know? Good for Maxine, but I don't know where the fuck they're going with this, because what good is beating Becky Lynch if you don't get a title?
Oh, I'm sure Maxine's going to do something interesting, and then it's just going to end up being like a grudge match between AJ Lee and Becky or something like that. Because the other belt is on somebody else who's in another match that night, which could be good. This is where we really get to see how good Nikki Bella is in a prolonged match, I think. Well, I say that, but they'll probably cut it short,
Yeah. Your women's world championship will be defended as Stephanie Vaquer goes up against Nikki Bella. I've seen a lot of people kind of talk shit on Nikki Bella, like turning and hitting Stephanie in the head and them saying like, it didn't really look good. You could see the ring rust, blah, 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 blah. I was fine. I didn't see that. I think Nikki Bella has so far shown that she's at least putting in effort. And I think I think that this being a pay-per-view match, I think she knows that, I think she's going to be prepared. She's been around the block once or twice. So I think this is going to be a really, really, really good match. I don't know if Nikki Bella beats Stephanie Vaquer though. I know that's kind of the talk, but I don't know if that happens.
Well, the only reason I could see them doing that is because clearly if you're a woman, WWE really doesn't know what to do with you. The proof is in, well, if your name's not, Charlotte or Rhea or Becky, they don't really know what to do with you. So, like, Julia still won the belt back, hasn't really done, or she lost the belt in 2 seconds after having it and gave it right back to Chelsea. Stephanie Vaquer, for having the belt and who can put on some pretty damn good matches, hasn't done much. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went, well, we know Nikki Bella's popular, so we'll put the belt on her because, hey, people like her. And they're just going to do some doofy shit like that. And they're going to be like, well, if we put it on her, it's going to fix all of our problems.
I think if you want to, I think if you're looking forward to like WrestleMania and stuff, which at this point in the year, we should be, right? Like the Rumble is coming up. WrestleMania season is approaching. I think like when you look at that stuff and you start thinking about like, can you get, I don't know, an extra 4 or 5 months out of this feud? You probably could. Because again, Stephanie hasn't done much, right? Like there's still a lot that you want to see from her. She's had her matches, she's had her spots, but we haven't really seen like a prolonged singles match from her, And I don't know that Nikki Bella winning the Women's World Championship is going to be that big headline that WWE is looking for, no matter when it happens. So it's almost like, why not just do it at WrestleMania, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
So, I mean, all right, that's, you gotta, but I mean, at the same time, fucking WWE is looking at this shit as like, well, if that's predictable, do the other thing. So maybe.
Yeah, they're just looking for cheap pops instead of, I mean, they're still doing prolonged storylines too, but man, some of their prolonged storylines kind of fucking suck.
Well, yeah, and I think that it's kind of like the overall like lack of direction for this. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Like the fact that we're like, well, Stephanie really hasn't done anything, and Nikki just kind of hit her in the head, and like, I mean, they haven't really written much out there. So
that's the one thing. Like people clearly, I mean, it's also very apparent that a lot of people didn't watch Nikki Bella before. Like her forearm used to knock people the fuck out. That was kind of her go-to, and her forearms used to look real fucking good. And like, yeah, we're this far down the road now where, for some people a forearm doesn't look great. She's always had a pretty good forearm she throws. And that kind of was her thing, is like she would turn around. She betrayed a lot of people. That's kind of her thing. She throws a forearm, drops them, and goes, my world now, or whatever she says.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella catchphrase.
There you go.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
That's how you know it's a good catchphrase, that you just know it as Nikki Bella catchphrase. Can we get that on the shirt?
Nikki Bella catchphrase.
Trademark that. Don't let her have it. But
Nikki, you can have that for a small $100,000.
Oh, but I think it comes down to the fact of like, Nikki Bella is a product of the Divas era, where they were fuck wigs. Throwing a forearm would knock anybody out if you were 80 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, I think you just kind of have to accept that that's just Nikki Bella. That's her, like you said, that's just what she does. She turns people around and hits them in the head when they're not expecting it, and it's the shock and awe, right? It's not always about the fucking move. I mean, fuck, and even if you want to say like, she hit her with one punch, that's it's so unreal, blah 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 blah. Logan Paul has the fucking Big Show WMD as his finisher.
Yeah, I hate that. Like, the dude is athletic enough that he should have like a grown-up boy move, which he kind of does.
Grown-up boy.
But him throwing that punch every time, it just pisses me off, because like,
it's the titanium reinforced hand of Logan Paul.
It just looks like wasted talent when they do that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, then what's the fucking point? Why is he here?
Yeah, I think that's also probably a little bit of a product of Roman Reigns with the Superman punch. Everybody has to have a punch now. Like everybody has to have their thing. Like Sammy's got the haluva kick. Everyone's got to have their one big thing, the super kicks and all that shit. But I sound like a boomer now. Speaking of boomers, man. Speaking of boomers, I hope this is the main event. This is the main event in my mind. The retiring boomer of the WWE, John Cena. Your Intercontinental champ. Fuck it, why not? Defending against your previous Intercontinental champ, Dominic Mysterio. Oh, man, I know this is going to be Cena going out and hitting his 5 moves of doom. I'm excited for this match, and I really really wish that this would have been like a fucking best of or something like that. Like, the fact that Cena just, listen, I understand he only has had so many dates left, so, go out and say that you want to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship and then win it, right? I get it. I understand why it's being rushed. But the fact that they waited this long to give this to us, John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship, this is a match that people have been asking for since he announced his retirement, since Dominic Mysterio won a championship. Like, this has been a dream match for the entire year, and now we're finally getting it. And we're getting it in San Diego, right? We're getting We're getting it at the fucking Padres Stadium. We're getting it arguably in the best crowd for Dominic Mysterio. I don't know how they're going to react to John Cena, because John Cena historically has always had the polarizing reaction, let's go Cena, Cena sucks. But the last couple of times, rightfully so, the last couple of times that John Cena has been on TV, and even when he was a fucking heel, we weren't booing him. Anybody was just cheering him. This might be the first time in John Cena's retirement tour that he actually gets fucking like legitimately booed, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll find out if any of those people actually have a thought between the ear. In theory, it should be one of those polarizing crowds where you get the people that are like, "No, that's John Cena. Let's go Cena," and then you get everybody else like, "Fuck you. This is Dom's town. Cena sucks." And it should be that back and forth, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
as long as have a thought between their head.
As long as that Survivor Series crowd is better than the Full Gear crowd was, that sucked. The Full Gear crowd sucked. Sorry, New Jersey. Sorry, armpit of the country. You suck.
Yeah.
I can say that. I'm from New Jersey. It fucking sucks there. That's why I left. I apparently am the only one that caught on to the fact that Hangman came out to the Red Dead Redemption 2 theme song.
It was so good. It was so fucking good.
Everybody else on Twitter was like, why did they change his music? What the fuck? And I'm like, what do you mean? This is literally cowboy shit. What are you talking about?
That was kind of what
so
made me
go. It's fucking epic. It's so the fucking pyro going off. It's like,
My only problem was when they changed it, I was like, fuck, is he going to lose now? And then sure enough.
Yeah,
also,
listen.
I just realized, because I think, I don't think it even says it on their official site, but there is one more match at Survivor Series.
Huh?
Unless they just fucking scrapped it. There was
What's the match?
A traditional Survivor Series match between Sami Zayn's team and the MFTs. What? Yeah. They even talked about, unless they just fucking scrapped it. Because like they straight up said it on SmackDown. Like it's Sammy, the Motor City Machine Guns, Shinsuke, and somebody else against the MFTs.
I can't.
And that was the whole thing.
I don't think they've advertised that at all, Mike. I don't.
So they just fucking cut it?
I don't know if they cut it. I don't think they booked it.
Mike,
I think they're gonna book that shit final on Friday night. I think they're.
No, Sammy straight up this is what we're doing at Survivor Series. Make it official. Unless they just decided, you know what, that's gonna be a SmackDown thing. Which, if that's the case, fuck those guys. Fuck them for giving us the thing that Survivor Series was named after on SmackDown.
It's not on the Wikipedia, which is normally where I pull my information from. I understand that Wikipedia can be a little shoddy. I'm checking other sources. I'm on Bleacher Report. I do not see it on Bleacher Report. I'll go on ESPN. I'm sure ESPN is advertising everything on their pay-per-view. Let's see. Got the men's war games, women's war games, women's war games. Mike, I don't see this advertised anywhere.
Well, if we don't get it, I'm just going to be sad.
Surely it's on the WWE website, right?
Well, when I looked for it, I didn't see it on there either. That's why I was talking about it, because I was like, well, maybe they just are moving it, because they talked about it, they set the teams, and then I haven't heard a fucking peep.
I don't see this match advertised anywhere.
Sammy was even with the group on Friday, and they talked about it, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, we're for sure gonna get this match.
I don't see it. Well, it might happen. I guess if it does happen, give me Team Sammy.
All right.
Oh my God! This is the shit that pisses me off. And then I do want to take a little bit though to talk about Full Gear, because
yes,
again, there's shit with WWE that pisses me off. Of we're trying to find out about this match and we don't know about it. And it's a fucking 5-match card. That should not be a question. We're recording this Monday before Raw, and this is going to be happening on Saturday, and this is a significant pay-per-view. How do you not build that with any time? It used to be. And then That's not the only problem, though, that I have with WWE. And you get places like AEW where they're putting on tag team matches. Get this, Mike. AEW put on a tag team match where the only team that didn't have a team name was the team that was thrown together last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Every other tag team had a tag team name. And I know that sounds like a dumb thing to point out, but I have to point it out because how many teams in WWE are X and Y, blank and blank?
Yeah, there's a lot. But then eventually, you know, they're like, oh, we like these two together, so we'll give them Jet Speed or Brodito or, you know, something else. Unless you're women, then you're just Marina and Megan Bayne or Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa.
No, they're the Timeless Love Bombs.
Oh, they do have an official name. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. Every team in the women's four-way women's tag team match, with the exception of Marina and Megan Bayne, because Penelope Ford was injured, so they were thrown together last minute. Every other team had a team name. Timeless Love Bombs, Toni Storm and Marina Shirakawa, Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, Sisters of Sin. Every team on there had a name.
Marina and Megan Bayne, you know?
I think they tried calling them something. I don't remember what they tried calling them. Like,
I mean, you have
Bane,
Marina, who's just basically a serial killer, and then you have Megan Bayne.
She was a mercenary. She was put in to fill the spot. You know, like, it makes sense that they don't have a name. That's fine. Then your men's tag team match, FTR, Brodito, that's a team name. Like, it's just nice to see a little bit of coherence on the AEW side. We got Young Bucks, you got the fucking Jurassic Express. Like, you have team names, and it's not just this person and that person. And I like that. I like it because it makes your tag teams actually feel like the team itself is the focus and not just two singles people put together.
Two of the people.
Which I also want to talk about the Young Bucks. I really don't like that they actually like went out and talked about wanting to be good guys again before they did this shit. I'm excited that the Young Bucks are back, but like, yeah, dog, you can't spoil your own fucking match a week before it happens.
You spoiled your face turn.
At least tell them to like wait to put the interview out. Like, at least be like, yo, make sure this doesn't go out until Full Gear. Like, fuck, dude.
I saw the, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. The writing was there that you knew they were turning face.
Well, of course, anytime they're in a match with money on the line, you know what's going to happen.
I guess it's not a secret anymore. We know because they just said, oh yeah, we wanted to do this face turn 2 years ago. And you're like, this face turn? Because you're becoming good guys in a week. All right. Yeah.
While they're aligned with the Don Callis family. Yeah, this face turn has been planned for a while. Huh? Which, I mean, listen. Kenny Omega teaming with Jurassic Express. We get Jack Perry in there. We get Matt Jackson. We get Nick Jackson. We have the Elite back. Right? Like, things are looking good for AEW if you're a good guy, right? You're getting your kind of, like, we're not under the reign of Jon Moxley anymore. You know, Jon Moxley's too busy tapping out to Kyle O'Reilly and stabbing nipples or whatever the fuck.
Oh, no, Jon Moxley, after this weekend, I think he's going to get taken out back by the Death Riders. I think it's not going to end well for him.
Jon Moxley, he always finds a way to make me go, what the actual fuck am I watching? And, like, I like Jon Moxley. I like Jon Moxley matches. But the amount of time that I've had to, like, just legitimately sit there and think about my choices while watching a Jon Moxley match in AEW. You know, like, you pull it, like, especially, like, when he started pulling out, like, beds and nails and, like, skewers, and I can't do all that. It's a fucking no-holds-barred match. He fucking amateur wrestles his way through the first couple minutes of this match, right? Like, we're getting a real nice no-holds-barred match, and then he just pulls out a fork, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is happening?
Typical Mox. Him and his forks, man.
Yeah, the technical wrestling fork.
Yeah. If I think of Jon Moxley, I think there's probably going to be a fork involved.
Well, and apparently there's also most likely going to be John Moxley tapping out to a fucking toe lock or whatever the fuck it was. I don't even remember how they actually fucking ended the match. But 3 times in a row he's tapped.
I do like that they made him go from like he's a guy that was making people pass out. He makes everybody bleed. He's willing to bleed. He's basically willing to die, but he can't handle a submission. And it's kind of like what WWE does with people like Gunther, where all of a sudden these types of moves are their Achilles heel, where they can beat your ass all day, but you catch them on some technical shit, and all of a sudden,
yeah. And
they can't handle it.
I think what helps with Mike, hello,
hi,
welcome back.
Apparently, it started acting weird, and I was like, well, hopefully it'll be fine. And then all of a sudden, I said, and he can't handle it, and it logged off, and I was like, apparently neither can my PlayStation. All right.
Dude, fucking Mox is choking you out. What I was gonna say is, because it kind of lends a little bit of realism to it, because like if you've ever watched UFC or anything like that, like those chokes end fights quick.
Oh yeah.
And if you're small, you're fucking getting on somebody's back and putting them in a choke, or in this case, just fucking being a freak athlete and out wrestling John Moxley and making him tap. However you're doing it, like it's something where it's like you can just say like, well, look at how good he is. Of course he's gonna make Mox tap, and you're like, yeah, cool. And in the process, you get to elevate somebody like Kyle O'Reilly, and this is, I think, what Mox wanted to do from the beginning, is be this big monster heel, and then have this downfall and have people beat him that normally, because Kyle O'Reilly is somebody who's going to benefit from making Mox tap 3 times.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's the same accomplishment as like Wheeler Yuta making Kenny Omega like take the pin, you know? Like that's the kind of shit that you need in your.
Yeah, they're doing like Mox is basically elevating whoever he chooses to. And you know, again, I like that WWE is doing the same thing with Becky. Becky's elevating mid-card talent like Maxine Dupree, because Maxine would have never had a shot otherwise. No. And Mox is doing the same thing and going, this is the person I'm going to elevate. I'm going to make them a fucking star. And does. And he makes whoever goes out there look like $1 million. I mean, this whole thing with the Death Riders and the conglomeration, Roderick Strong's come out and look like a damn superhero. And then we have Kyle O'Reilly looking like a fucking champ. It's just good news all around. It makes everybody look better, and it makes it so that when you look at a match, you're like, I don't know, anybody can win this, instead of like, oh, well, we know Kyle O'Reilly's going to lose, or oh, we know this person's going to lose, like Yuta.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's important for a company like AEW, where like they've been around now, they've been established, they've had their milestones, and this is showing that they are looking forward, right? Like, yes, this is Mox saying, I want to elevate Kyle O'Reilly, but this is also Tony Khan saying, I want to put Kyle O'Reilly in that spot. Like this, if you're Kyle O'Reilly, if you're Kyle Fletcher right now, you're looking at how you're booked, and you're looking at kind of what's happening and what's planned for you. And then you're thinking, okay, when my contract comes up, do I want to stay here? And AEW has found themselves in a spot where a lot of contracts were coming up, and they've gotten through that. And now, because they've kind of hired these people on a rolling basis, now contracts are expiring on a rolling basis, which means you can take the people that you want, and you can just, make sure that you're at least using them, right? I mean, wrestlers are okay with not winning every single week, right? Like I said Kyle Fletcher earlier. Kyle Fletcher lost his championship, but I'm sure Kyle Fletcher is very happy with how he is being booked right now, especially being the star heading into the Continental Classic. Like
Continental Classic that's going to have Okada, Takeshita, and him in it.
Yeah, the Continental Classic. Let's talk about that real quick. This is going to be. I know we still have some time until it starts, but this Continental Classic, I can already tell, is going to be really, really, really good TV for AEW.
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
Not only are they doing a fucking tournament where you just have the opportunity to pair people together just because it's a tournament and that tournament has to happen. But you also now have story in here. And the story is involving so many people from your heel locker room, which is a locker room that people are never going to complain if it gets smaller, right? Like people can move back and when everybody's under this kind of heel faction, it has to break at some point.
The way you just said it, I think, is perfect. A lot of people in AEW can go back and forth between bad guy and good guy, like at the snap of a finger. They have a lot of guys that are really good at that right now.
Yeah.
So you can change your storyline pretty much at whim and have these people move around. I was actually kind of hoping that, I know we had Kyle Fletcher lose his belt, which means Mark Briscoe is sadly not joining the Don Callis family. I was actually kind of hoping he was going to, and he was going to like it so much that he became a member or something. It would have it would have brought a whole different side to Mark Briscoe that we haven't seen in AEW yet, instead of him being, the comic relief. But then he gave a badass post interview anyways, with blood still streaming down his fucking head, talking to the reporters. I turned it on. I was like, Jesus Christ, okay.
Yeah, listen, I'm getting a little tired of Don Callis on commentary, but it was funny as hell to hear Don Callis on commentary being like, yeah, I told Kyle Fletcher to not beat up Mark Briscoe too bad. I have plans for Mark Briscoe. And then he drops Mark Briscoe in a pile of thumbtacks. And Excalibur goes, well, how do you feel about Mark Briscoe after that? And Don Callis goes, if Kyle Fletcher thinks it's the right idea, then it's the right idea. Funny as shit.
He is if he's not the best manager right now, he's the second best, and the only person that can beat him on that is Paul Heyman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Don Callis is definitely the best manager in AEW. I mean, who else?
Oh,
to be fair, though, it's a very small margin. I mean, who else is an iconic manager in AEW? Fucking Prince Nana with his coffee?
Not even that anymore, huh?
Well, no, he's back.
Kind of
he's got
buddy.
his. Oh yeah, he dances
kind of
now. Swerve Strickland back with the new theme. Did you hear that one? That fucking
looking
slaps.
fucking yoked too.
Jacked,
Jeez,
dude. Ah, fuck. I love that he came back to a fucking bloodied Hangman in the ring, and they're just like, oh, yup, you're back for him. All right, here you go. Pick up the pieces, right? Again, people that can go back and forth at a moment's notice. I mean, Swerve's been teasing it for a little bit. Everybody kind of knew it was coming, but oh man, it's just AEW is in a really, really, really good spot right now. I'm excited to see where they're going. I mean, obviously WWE is entering their WrestleMania season. AEW is going to be picking up too.
Oh yeah. So should we run through some of the results real quick?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go through some of the results. Let's go. Let's see here.
I was gonna say I have it pulled up as well if need be.
Yeah, sure. We got the Costco guys beating RPG Vice. How do you feel about that?
We don't
one?
need to talk about the tailgate stuff, the pre-show. Jeez, we don't. The Costco guys were there. If you really love them, guys, go watch that. Hooray, it's free.
Yeah, no, don't. All right, first match on Full Gear. We have a singles match. Pac defeating Darby Allin by pinfall, murdering Darby Allin by just chucking him to the side of the ring like me throwing trash in the trash can.
Yeah, I can tell you I did not see that. I thought Darby was going to win after going through a flaming fucking table. I was like, oh, well, it's Darby Allin. Nope. Pac straight up murdered his ass.
Nope. Yeah, also Darby burns for real. Burns for real.
Well, yeah, he did momentarily. If you go back and watch that War Games or that Blood and Guts match, he was temporarily on fire, which, guess what, guys? Not good for you. Not good.
No, a little crispy. We already talked about it a little bit, but we had a 4-way tag team match for the choosing the stipulation for the semi-final of the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship Tournament. 4 teams were the Timeless Love Bombs, Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa, defeating the Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, the Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, And Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir with Penelope Ford injured, but Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford doing the little Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn Poison Ivy. Yeah. Got that DC crossover in there. That's how you do your crossovers, by the way. You don't plaster your fucking ad everywhere around the ring. You sponsor the pay-per-view, put your logo on there tastefully, and then do some good cosplay. You know, that's great. That's great. That's great involvement right there. We don't need the Fruity Pebble at ringside or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, we don't need the Cinnamon Toast Crunch walking around.
Yeah, wasn't that Sol Ruka, right? Wasn't that Sol Ruka?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Gotta have your NXT people. Then we had a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Champions, FTR, unfortunately, defeating still my favorite tag team in AEW, Bandito, and Brody King.
This pay-per-view of every belt switching hands except for one of them was nuts.
Yeah. Now, this is definitely, I think, time for Bandito and Brody King to maybe do their own thing again. The only way I could see that is if they immediately go back to chasing FTR for these titles. But quite frankly, I kind of don't want to see them chase the titles right now. Like, I want FTR to hold them. You know, I like FTR. So I'm a little conflicted. I kind of didn't want the Bandito or Brodito reign to end. You know, I wanted it to keep going a little bit further. I think maybe you could have gotten a couple more months out of it. Yeah, people towards the end may have been saying like, oh, it's kind of getting towards the end and it's getting stale. But that's the time that you can just say, okay, fuck it, we'll switch it. So I don't know, could have gotten a little bit longer, but at the same time, like I said, I like FTR. They have the gold. So why the fuck not? And then we had the Casino Gauntlet match for the quite beautiful inaugural AEW National Championship, and your new and first AEW National Champion
snuck in and stole it.
Literally slithered in like a snake and stole it. Ricochet, dog. I legitimately that finish got me. I didn't realize what was happening. He came in at 1, 2, 3, and I was like, holy fuck. I put in our group chat, I was like, Ricochet just fucking stole the belt.
Yeah, came in, nailed his whatever his finishing move is, the hidden blade, but to your face instead of the back of your dome, and just got the pin and dipped out. And it was one of those where I was like, oh, all right. Because I still like Ricochet, even if he is going to say, ah, all the time.
Yeah, listen, his promos are going to be annoying, but he's a heel, right?
Yep.
Like, that's kind of the idea. So, and at the end of the day, we're not going to get bad matches out of Ricochet. Like,
hell no. It was either
going to be him or Bobby Lashley. I thought Bobby Lashley was the guarantee. I really did. But, you know, I'm sure a national championship is definitely in Bobby Lashley, especially if he hangs around the AEW mid-card a little bit. So we'll see what happens with that one. Then we had the no holds barred match. Talked about that. Kyle O'Reilly tapping out Jon Moxley for the third time in a row. Then we had the no disqualification match for the AEW TNT Championship, which we also already kind of talked about. Mark Briscoe, your new AEW TNT champion, defeating Kyle Fletcher. And then Kyle Fletcher kind of immediately getting pissed off at the rest of the Don Callis family for not helping him and declaring that he's going to be in the Continental Classic. And I think that that's probably going to be the beginning of Kyle Fletcher's singles run. Then we had the $1 million trios match where the winners received $1 million cash, except they didn't because Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks defeating Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express. But that's not the end of it, because at the end of the match, you know, the Young Bucks walking up the stage feeling a little bit of remorse as Kenny Omega gets kind of lightly punched in the head by Josh Alexander. And then, you know, they come back to his aid, and the Young Bucks are good again, just like, you know, how they said they wanted to do in the interview. And
they got something better. They got friendship.
They got friendship. Don Callis got $1 million. because they picked up that fucking duffel bag of cash and ran away. And so would I.
Oh, yeah. Girl, same.
Yeah, so who's the real winner there? I don't know. Listen, we got good guy Young Bucks again. They're probably just going to be the normal Young Bucks again. I imagine they're probably just going to do that and probably just wrestle, which will be nice. I'm looking forward to that. Then we had a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Your AEW Women's World Champion, Chris Statlander, making her crash landing in New Jersey.
That was a pretty solid entrance.
It was pretty fucking good. And then she went on to defeat Mercedes Moné by pinfall, clean.
Second person ever to do it in
the
AEW.
ring. Mm-hmm. And listen, this is the beginning of the downfall. We were talking about this, but I mean, Mercedes, she's not allowed to lose until she loses on AEW television. She lost.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens there. I feel like Mercedes Moné may not be the one to bet on for the next couple of weeks. And then finally, our main event, a steel cage match for the AEW World Championship. Samoa Joe defeating Hangman Adam Page. What a fucking match. And hey, I talked about it. I talked about it last week. How do you do a buckshot if you have a steel cage around the ring? The answer is you open the door.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You just open the fucking door. Take that, Jesse. Take that, Jesse Ventura.
I don't understand why they wouldn't just open the door. Well, they do, but then they come back and knock the fuck out of the guy anyways.
Well, he'd like the AEW cage, because the steel cage matches in AEW, there is no escape. I mean, even if you get knocked out the cage, you still get the fuck back in there.
But yeah, I mean, my God, like when I saw Joe after the match, I was like, that's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And it's still just going.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't think he bladed that one. I think that one was for realsies.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little bit of a good old fashioned whoopsie poopsie.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of we can't talk about this match without talking about the surprise that I'm not really surprised by, which is Hook still being part of the ops.
Right.
Turns out he was chilling and doing nothing for a month because he was chilling and doing nothing for a month for this whole big ruse. Sure. My question is, what the fuck happened to Eddie Kingston on all this?
I don't know. He's an old man. He was
out there. He went out to the fucking ring. He went out before Hook did. What happened to him?
And then
where did he go?
He took a nap. I don't know. He's old.
Is he part of the ops too? Do the ops have an unk?
Of course not. Wouldn't that kind of just be Samoa Joe?
I think probably Shibata, right? Isn't Shibata like fucking
40s Shibata? I love that.
Unk Shibata. Oh, God.
Making his shirt cowards, you won't.
Oh, God. Don't give AEW ideas. But that was Full Gear, at least the main card of Full Gear. We're not really going to talk about the pre-show because, again, I had the fucking Costco guys on it. So,
which, hey, you know what? Good for Big Boom, whatever the fuck, actually, going out there doing the damn thing. I hate
fucking
that
Big Justice took a bump.
Well, and gave one or whatever. I don't know how I feel about that, but
wait, what?
Whatever. He's a chunky little fella that gets in the ring because of his dad or whatever. Great. At least Big Boom AJ has like wrestling experience and is willing to do like an actual match.
Listen, if you want to know how much money the Costco guys have made AEW, look no further than the amount of pyro that Tony Khan gave them. That's all I'm going to say about it. Did you? It looked like fucking prime 1990s Kane pyro for fucking Big Boom AJ. And there's fucking fire going off all around the stage as he's standing up there. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I feel overstimulated. It was insane. It was crazy. But I mean, listen, you can't, at this point, they've been around for how many fucking AEW pay-per-views? As little as we like them, I don't think they're going anywhere.
No,
listen,
fine.
Even TNA had Beetlejuice. You know what I mean?
They also had Adam Pac-Man Jones, part of the tag team champions with Ron the Truth Killings or whatever he was back then.
Okay, well,
Might have
we
just been
don't
Ron Killings.
we don't need what is the Rizzler gonna hold tag team gold? I don't even think he can
Oh,
compete.
God. No, he just got
He's
beat
like
up by
10.
Hezbollah in a sparring match.
Hezbollah's like 40. He's a man. He's an adult.
I know. You can look it up online. It
What
happened for real.
Well, fuck it. I want to go watch that.
All right,
I want to go
before you
watch
do-
that. We got to end this episode.
Before you do, because we only talked about our two teams for football,
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm going to just go down the scores real quick.
Thank you for
Thursday-
saving us the pissed off comments.
Yeah. The Thursday, the Texans upset a team that had a quarterback that threw for 3 touchdowns and ran for 3 literally the week before. Texans took down the Bills. Should have never happened, but it did. The Chiefs upset the Colts, which means the Chiefs' playoff hopes are still alive,
Gross.
which pisses me off. The Bears beat the Steelers because, Steelers aren't good, which is unfortunate because that keeps the Bears in the top of the NFC North.
That's your problem, not mine.
Which, very true. Patriots beat the Bengals because, of course, they did. Ravens beat the Jets because, again, duh. Seahawks beat the Titans to the surprise of nobody. Packers beat the Vikings to the surprise of nobody. I'm sorry, JJ McCarthy, he's trying, and I know he got injured last year, and he's basically playing with a deficit, right? Like, he's trying to be a starting quarterback after already being in the league a year. But when
he's trying to make up a lot of time.
It's just, man, it is not going good for them because I don't even know what his stats. I think he had 1 or 2 picks this game too. He had 2. He was 12 of 19 for 2 interceptions.
Oh,
which is real bad. Only threw for 87 yards. Granted, Jordan Love only threw for 139. It was just a bad game in general.
yeah, it's just bad all around. Ain't one to write home about.
Right. The Jaguars limped past the Cardinals 27-24 in overtime. The Falcons beat the Saints. The Rams whooped the Buccaneers' asses. And the Browns, the Shedeur Sanders-led Browns, beat the Raiders. And I'm still not gonna... He did okay for his debut. It wasn't anything, like, insane, but it wasn't terrible. He was 11 of 20 with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. It's his first game. An interception is understandable. He threw for 209 yards. So, again, not the worst, not the best. He has no wide receivers. Jerry Jeudy, who should have been his number 1, literally stood there and let himself get tackled and gave a ball away. So
nice. Good job.
Yeah, like
Solid.
he legitimately, like a guy was coming towards him, yeah, and he just stopped dead. And another guy just took the ball
He's
from
like,
him.
well, I'm going to get hit.
Yeah. So that team, unfortunately, I mean, are they going to end with a winning record? No. Are they going to be in the playoffs? No. But if he makes some headway, good for him. Because maybe he gets to be a franchise quarterback. Maybe they actually start building a competent team around him. Who knows? And Myles Garrett is only 5 sacks away from setting the record of most sacks in the season. And we're in week fucking 12.
Yeah, that'll fucking do
So
it.
there's that. And also for Seattle, because I completely forgot this stat, Jackson Smith and Jigba, the wide receiver 1 for the Seahawks, who has been just quietly having another amazing season. Again, we're in week 12. He already passed the franchise receiving record.
Fucking crazy. Crazy, dude.
Yeah. So we're going to have 2 guys that are going to have, like, Myles Garrett is, barring any setbacks, going to break the sack record. Shatter it, by all intents and purposes, if things go the way they have been for him. And Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to set a record in Seattle that nobody else is going to be able to touch. So at least we get some fun from football. And tonight is the Panthers with Bryce Young. If he's still, sniffing smelling salts or whatever, he's going to throw for another 400 yards, battling the San Francisco Christian McCaffreys.
That sounds boring.
Well, luckily, you can instead, like we said, you can go and look up Hezbollah sparring with the Rizzler and just throwing little haymakers at that chubby face.
Yep. Yes, you
It's a real
can.
thing.
Yeah, you gotta look that one up. Go watch a 40-year-old
That's-
man box a 10-year-old.
Hey,
Hey.
to be fair, that 10-year-old is about a head taller than him.
Jesus Christ. Hey, while you're looking some things up, why don't you just like hit all the buttons that are below? Hit the like, subscribe, follow, the bells, the notifications, whatever buttons there, shares, just click it. It probably helps. And make sure that you're here for next week, because next week is going to be episode 100, and we have a great surprise planned for you, and you're not going to want to. So make sure that you're there. Hit all the buttons. Do all the things. If you want to find more of me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or at youtube.com @EraV1Music.
And if you want more of me, just listen to this. I want you to transcribe my words and use my words as your wallpaper in your house. And if you don't like me, that's okay. I am eating out of the dumpster behind your local CVS.
I wonder how many words you've said on this podcast in nearly 100 episodes, and how long that would take. Like how much of that wall could I cover? Could I cover an entire wall in my office with just Mike's
I bet I could
words of wisdom?
I bet I could be your whole room.
I actually am in a kind of small room. You probably might. I don't know. Someone's gonna have to go and tally that up. Maybe we can get Hezbollah on that. Oh, hello Hezbollah. How are you? Oh.
Hezbollah, you can't just. You know what? All right, fine. Well, if you hit him. Wow, he is sleeping. Man, you have a mean hook. All right. Well, I'm just gonna pin him, I guess. Hezbollah, can you count? No, count. I got it. It's fine. 1, 2, 3. Hezbollah, can you get him an ice pack? Hezbollah, where are you going? He left. He knocked Era out and he left. Oh boy. This has to stop happening. We need to get health insurance. Era.